All right, shalom, shalom. It's your brother Wabram. You're back with another lesson, Lord, willing to be edifying. I want to start by giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Waharakakadash, Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the apostles and elders and bishops of Great Millstone who taught me this truth. Shalom to the 144,000 men of the Lord you see on the highways and byways prophesying in the name and power of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, also in the correct doctrine. I want to send a shalom to the one-third men, women, and children that will escape the judgments of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai by their faith. I just got another lesson I want to bring out through the Spirit of the Lord, man. Prophecy is coming to pass. Things are being put in place, man, faster than we possibly can even know, man. And as you're going to see in this lesson, man, the Lord has given Esau a chance to rule, man. So all these Christians and these lovers of Esau, he had his kingdom, man. He ruled it the way he wanted to rule it, man, in wickedness. So let's get into these videos and we'll hit a couple scriptures and Lord willing to be edifying.
The U.S. will take over the Gaza Strip, and we will do a job with it too. We'll own it and be responsible for dismantling all of the dangerous unexploded bombs and other weapons on the site, level the site and get rid of the destroyed buildings, level it out, create an economic development that will supply unlimited numbers of jobs and housing for the people of the area. Do a real job, do something different. Just can't go back. If you go back, it's going to end up the same way it has for 100 years.
We're talking tonight about the United States taking over a sovereign territory. What authority would allow you to do that? Are you talking about a permanent occupation there, redevelopment? And Mr. Prime Minister, do you see this idea as a way to expand the boundaries of Israel?
I do see a long-term ownership position, and I see it bringing great stability to that part of the Middle East and maybe the entire Middle East. And everybody I've spoken to, this was not a decision made lightly. Everybody I've spoken to loves the idea of the United States owning that piece of land, developing and creating thousands of jobs with something that will be magnificent in a really magnificent area that nobody would know. Nobody can look because all they see is death and destruction and rubble and demolished buildings falling all over. It's just a terrible sight. I've studied it. I've studied this very closely over a lot of months, and I've seen it from every different angle. And it's a very, very dangerous place to be, and it's only going to get worse. And I think this is an idea that's gotten tremendous, and I'm talking about from the highest level of leadership, gotten tremendous praise. And if the United States can help to bring stability and peace in the Middle East, we'll do that. Baby?
I mentioned again tonight our three goals. And the third goal is to make sure that Gaza never poses a threat to Israel again. President Trump is taking it to a much higher level. He sees a different future for that piece of land that has been the focus of so much terrorism, so many attacks against us, so many trials and so many tribulations. He has a different idea. And I think it's worth paying attention to this. We're talking about it. He's exploring it with his people, with his staff. I think it's something that could change history. And it's worthwhile really pursuing this avenue.
So you see that the plan worked out, man. And that was a plan all along, man. To get those people out of the land and to take it over. Now, Trump is the what you call it, the Trojan horse that is running into all these different situations, man. And the Lord has a trap set for Babylon the Great, man, which Trump is going to run right into. And you see, they taking over the land. He said they owning the land. So that means that they're not going to be able to get their land back, man. And they want to move those people to what? They said Jordan, Egypt. So their plans to control the entire land, man, to own it. And if you can't see that this man is these people are the Edomites that's ruling at the end of the world, then you're delusional, man. You clearly don't know what the scriptures are referring to. So as Trump spoke about this earlier today, he also spoke about this. And this is their ultimate goal, is to come against Iran. See, all the chips are falling in place, man. Now check this out.
You said if they do, they get obliterated. Just to be clear, you're talking about if Iran made an attempt on your life.
Yeah, that would be called total obliteration. And I can't imagine they do that.
Iran and their proxies who have threatened to retaliate against you and your team by killing you guys for taking out Soleimani.
Well, they haven't done that, and that would be a terrible thing for them to do. Not because of me. If they did that, they would be obliterated. That would be the end. I've left instructions. If they do it, they get obliterated. There won't be anything left. And they shouldn't be able to do it. And Biden should have said that, but he never did. I don't know why, lack of intelligence perhaps. But he never said it. If that happens to a leader, or close to a leader, frankly, if you had other people involved also, you would call for total obliteration of a state that did it. That would include Iran.
You see, they have to bait the Persians into a war too. So this just came off the whim, because they know that that's one of their targets as well, man. They got the land now. Now their next step is to get the Persians, man. This is biblical prophecy you see it unfold right before your eyes. And they stirring up all the nations. And see, he's going to be permanent. They asked him, was he going to be a permanent stay in the land, on the strip? I'm just kind of, watch my words, because I don't tell them what the algorithm is going to catch. But they got the strip now. They're gonna move them people out of the land. They're gonna control it however they want to. Their land is theirs now. Now they have to set it up for them to go against the Persians. And as we've seen, Trump also wants to get this Panama Canal. Check this out.
So it's breaking now in Panama on their news channels that China is not backing down. That China is not okay with Secretary of State Rubio going down there talking to the Panama president, and the Panama president announcing that they're breaking up the relationship with China and closing down the agreement that's already been signed for the Belt Road Initiative, in which China uses that canal to get all their goods through, instead of going around, to get to America. And they do it really cheaply, and they don't want that to change at all. So it looks like the tariff war with China is not going to get postponed. They're actually starting to apply tariffs to certain products that America exports to China, and it looks like this is going to be something that's a little bit more nasty than what we've seen with our north and our south border. And they're on China TV. I saw China News too that was translated. And they're not going to just give up the Panama Canal, and they don't care what Trump has to say about it. It's pretty much what they're saying on the China networks, and there's more to come. We'll see what happens, but they're going to strong arm that president too. They're going to go visit him in Panama and say, hey, you can't just rip up our agreement just because America said to do that. So the Panama Canal fight is just starting.
And see, that's heavy, man, because China has already had agreements with the Panama leaders, man. So them going down there and changing that is only building up a war of Armageddon, man. Because China, like you said, China don't want to give up those not free, but cheap routes that they supply all the goods with, man. So this is going to lead the nations for more tensions, man. So you're going to see World War III in our lifetime, man. And China is just basically they're not giving up on Taiwan. That's all. They got that in their back pocket. They know they can take that when they want to. But see, the tensions the Lord is stirring up to get Moab to really get frustrated and to move his hand. And we just seeing this come full circle, man. Because Trump is the bully, man. He's gonna force these nations to bow down. And if they don't want to bow down, they're gonna have to go to war.
This is what Trump is terrified of.
Today, Brazil, in our hemisphere, largest country in the Western Hemisphere south of us, cut a trade deal with China. They're going to, from now on, do trade in their own currencies, get right around the dollar. They're creating a secondary economy in the world, totally independent of the United States. We won't have to talk about sanctions in 5 years because there'll be so many countries transacting in currencies other than the dollar that we won't have the ability to sanction them.
With China about to become the largest economy in the world, the hegemonic power of the United States is dwindling. The US has been the dominant power since World War II, in particular after the Cold War. The US dollar has been its most powerful tool. Trump's tariff war is a last-ditch effort to maintain this power for as long as possible. The flip side to all of this is that Donald Trump may be accelerating the US's downfall.
As you see, and that's the reason why they don't want to give up the Panama Canal, because that shipping route goes down to Brazil, and they're gonna cut out the dollar. They're gonna ditch the dollar, man. That's the goal of the BRICS nations. But they ain't gonna say they trying to. They're finding a way around the dollar. And Trump knows that shipping route is going to make a way for them to go around the dollar, because they ain't gonna need the dollar to trade in their currency, like Rubio has said. Now, the nations are seeing that the tariffs are going on, that Trump is putting on all the nations, and they want to find a way to get out of the dollar, man.
So another country ditches the US dollar, and that being Indonesia. Indonesia will no longer be using the American dollar to do trade with India. This is on the back of the trade war that's going on with Canada, and people of the world are just sick of the United States weaponizing their US dollar that's basically sinking. A country with $37 trillion of debt really doesn't have much buying power anymore. And there you have it.
And see, you can see that this is what Trump is fighting for, man, to keep the dollar afloat. Because as long as they have the dollar afloat, they're going to stay in power. But as soon as that dollar loses his power, down goes Frazier, down goes Babylon. But here we go, man. I'm going to get a couple scriptures, man, and Lord willing, it'll be edifying. I'm going to start here in Job 14 and verse 4. It says, who can bring a clean thing out of an unclean? Not one. So the Lord gave Esau a chance to rule, man. So how can he change what he is designed to do, man? And that's be the wicked, man. Who can bring a clean thing out of a unclean? Not one. Seeing his days are determined, the number of his months are with thee. Thou hast appointed his bounds that he cannot pass. So Esau's kingdom has a certain time and it's going to go down, man. And it's all in the hands of the Lord to bring it down, man. And see, the Lord is showing us through the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, this man is finished, man. He is fighting to keep it afloat. And though he is also back in the NWO, the other nations are going to rule over it. And that's what Trump is fighting for, man. To be the ruling country over the NWO, man. This is Wisdom of Solomon 6. And I'm going to get this it's the NLT, GNT, Salaka, GNT Apocrypha. It hit a little different in this. You can get it in a regular Apocrypha, but this is the GNT Apocrypha. And I'm going to start at, this is Wisdom of Solomon 6 and start at 2. It says, you govern many lands and are proud that so many people are under your rule. This is how Esau thinks, man. All these nations are under his rule. Everybody has to submit to Babylon the Great. He says, but this authority has been given to you by the Yahweh Shem Yahushua, the Most High. See, this authority has been given to him by the Most High, man. And that's the reason why we know for a fact in Job 9 and 24, the Lord gave this to him. This is his time to rule. Job 9:24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covereth the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? See, if this man is not the Edomites, man, that will be ruling at the end of the world, who is it then? Who is the control of the world? We see in Bibi and Trump, they controlling the world, man. They took over a land, man. Nobody's conquering lands in this day and time. Only the Edomites are doing this, man. Ain't no African nations going and conquering no lands. There's no other nationality of people going and conquering any lands, man. The Edomites are in control of the globe, man. They control of the world, just like the Lord told you. The earth is given into the hands of the wicked. Verse 3 again, it says, but this authority has been given to you by the Yahweh Shem Yahushua, Most High. He will examine what you have done and what you plan to do. I can end it with that. That's the end of the lesson right there, man. You can't tell me this is not talking about Esau either, man. Well, you know this. You know the scriptures are many foes, but we notice in this time the earth was given into the hands of the wicked, man. It says you rule on behalf of power and in His kingdom. So you ruling this earth on behalf of the Lord. He gave it to you. And see, Esau never gives glory or reference to Yahweh Shem Yahushua. He believes the earth was with all the different, you know what I'm saying, damn, there's so many things. He done made the world seem like it came from the earth was 100 million years old. He believed that people came from monkeys. I forgot what the term they use for that, man. But anyway, you get the gist of what I mean, man. It says the Lord gave this to him, man. This is his kingdom. This is his rulership, man. And I don't know why Jake trying to fight for him to continue to rule. This man have been ruling for many years, man. Again, in 4, it says, you rule on behalf of power and his kingdom. If you do not govern justly, if you do not uphold the law, if you do not live according to power's will, you will suffer sudden and terrible punishment. This is Esau, man. He didn't follow the law, statutes, commandments of the Lord. He made everything up himself because he sacrificed and worshiped other gods, man. Because he said, if you govern, just like Cain was given the opportunity to make a righteous sacrifice to the Lord, but he chose not to. And the same as Esau, man. He chose for him to rule in righteousness. He chose not to. He chose to follow his own ways, man. He says, you will suffer sudden and terrible punishment. Judgment is especially severe on those in power. That's plain, man. It's going to be very severe on Esau, Edom, man. And he owes it all to himself, man, because he is the wicked. He didn't choose to be the wicked. The Lord chose him to be the wicked, man. The Lord is the power of everything, man. He controls everything, man. And the only thing these Christians will come up and want to debate and fight with you about Esau, man. Don't you see that he's ruling? I never understood why you can't see this man is in rulership, man. He's controlling everything. This is Wisdom of Solomon 12, and I'm going to start at verse 9. This is in GNT as well. It says, you could have allowed the righteous to destroy those ungodly people in battle. See, the Lord could have raised us up a long time ago to take this man down. That wasn't his purpose for us. It says, you could have wiped them out immediately with wild animals or with one harsh command. See, the Lord he could have just took them out as soon as they did something wicked. He could have. That wasn't prophecy. Instead, he set it up this way. Verse 10, it says, but instead, you carry out your sentence gladly to give them a chance to repent. See that? Esau had an opportunity to return to the Lord, man, to give that righteous sacrifice to the Lord. He had an opportunity to do right. But the Lord set him up not to do right, man. It's all in the hands of the Lord, man. This is the way the Lord wanted to play out. He says, even though you knew that they came from evil stock. See that? The Lord knew he created them to be the wicked, man. They came from evil stock, man. That they had been wicked since birth. I don't know how in the hell you can get around that, man. The Lord set them up to be wicked since birth. And ain't that what in Psalms it tells you? From the womb, Psalms 58. So you know what I'm saying? Jacob think we picking on Esau. No, man, this is the way the Lord set it up, man. This is Psalms 58 in verse 3. The wicked are estranged from the womb. They go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies. They've been wicked from birth, man. Let me get this another translation. New Living, it says, these wicked people are born sinners. That is plain as I can possibly get it, man. The wicked people are born sinners. Even from birth, they have lied and gone their own way. Esau has gone his own way, man. And see, Jake won't read these scriptures. They don't want to know the truth. Good News Translation, it says, evildoers go wrong all their lives. And see, the Lord knew he wouldn't change. They tell lies from the day they are born. See, from the day they are born, man. Again, verse 10 it says, but instead, you carried out your sentence gladly to give them a chance to repent, even though you knew that they came from evil stock, that they had been that they have been wicked since birth, and that they would never change their way of thinking. See that? The Lord knew Esau would never change his way of thinking, man. And that's why the Lord has him set up in a great trick bag, man. A great trick bag. It says, their whole nation was cursed from the start, and though you had not punished them for their sins, it was not because you are afraid of anyone. You created those wicked people, and no one can speak in their defense or condemn you for destroying them. See that? You can't stand up against the Lord and argue with us because the Lord said he had them set up to be the wicked and set them up to be destroyed. Can you condemn the Lord? Come on. He's going to tell you right here. He says, no one can question what you have done or challenge your judgment. See, the Lord is going to destroy them, man. They were set up to be the wicked, man. They were just set up to be the adversaries on earth, man. All things are under your care, and there is no other God to whom you must justify your decision. See, the Lord don't have any other person to go to and say, man, what you think about it? It don't work like that, man. No king or ruler on earth can accuse you of punishing those people unfairly. You are righteous and you rule everything righteously. See, the Lord is righteous, man. You have never used your power to condemn a person who does not deserve to be punished. See that? Esau deserves to be punished, man. This is how it's written. This is how it's going to play out, man. Your strength is the source of justice. You can show mercy to everyone because you are Yahweh Bashem Yahushua of all. See that? The Lord can show mercy to anyone he wants to. He says, you show your strength when people doubt that your power is perfect. See that? And the Lord is going to show his strength on Esau, Edom, and these other nations, and 2/3 of our people for not repenting. He says, and you punish everyone, and you punish anyone who knows your power but dares to ignore it, man. See, Great wrath and judgment is coming from Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, man. And we bring these lessons out to continue to warn our people. The Lord is not finna play with Esau, man. And if you want to be joined unto him and you don't want to repent and return to Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, then you're going to receive a harsh judgment, man. This is Romans 9 in the King James. And I'm going to just get to point 13 down to 15. It says, as it is written, Jacob have I loved, but Esau have I hated. What shall we say then? Is there unrighteousness with power? Power forbid. For he saith to Moses, I will have mercy on whom I will have mercy, and I will have compassion on whom I will have compassion. So you cannot go against the Lord's command, man. If this is written for the Lord to do what he's going to do to these nation of people, there's nothing you can do or say to come against the Lord, man. This is one cup of liquor or whatever you want to drink. You're just going to drink it all the way down, man. Because Esau is going to be punished, man, regardless of how you feel or what you think. The Lord is not based his judgment on your emotions. It ain't the Christian church. The Lord is austere power, man. He's never changed. This is James 2, and just get the point of verse 13. It says, for he shall have judgment without mercy, that have showed no mercy, and mercy rejoiceth against judgment, man. And Esau showed no mercy, man. So he's gonna receive that judgment at the hand of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, man. And no one can stop the hand of the Lord from coming down upon him, man. This is the Lord's will, and it will be done, regardless of how you feel or what you think or how you feel about us. This is the Lord's will, man. This is Proverbs 21, and I get it in the NLT. Just want to get the point in 12 and 13. It says, the righteous one knows what is good. It's like it knows what is going on in the homes of the wicked. He will bring disaster on them. I can't tell you nothing different than that, man. The Lord is going to bring disaster on the wicked, man. And this is where his tabernacle is, America, Babylon the Great. Those who shut their eyes to the cries of the poor will be ignored in their own time of need. See that? When he ignored the cries that we was crying out, so the Lord is going to ignore his cries in his time of need. So the Lord is a balanced power, man. He's not going to change for the emotions of the people, man. It ain't gonna change, man. So I'm gonna end it there. Lord, when it was edifying. Shalom. Shalom.